Yo, what's up, everyone? What's tonight? Thursday. It's Thursday, and welcome to Crash and Burn. Tonight is January 14th, and welcome to our 31st episode of your favorite show for Thursday nights. I'm Mike, your host, and with me tonight is my usual panel, Mr. Andy. How are you tonight?
My stomach hurts a little bit.
Why is that?
I don't know. Kids? 3 kids? I think bourbon will try to kill it.
Bourbon will kill anything that's in there.
I'm trying.
All right. Cool. Erica, how are you tonight?
I'm really good. I'm really, really excited. Just in a generally good mood.
Well, that's good. That's good. And Len and Glia, how are you guys tonight?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm good. You good?
Well, since we're the same person.
That's not funny.
I like how it's like Leah watching. You look at them, it's like giant Glenn and Leah.
I think the throne was a bad idea tonight. It's so comfortable, though.
Well, at least you're in comfort. That's what's important.
Can you push the thing down?
For those of you listening, make sure you guys are on our Q&A, either via Google.com and Google+, or the better way to do it is to head over to gunchannels.com/crashandburn, and you can join our live chat. We're all in there. Most of the guys make fun of me and fun stuff like that. So it's a good time had by all. And yeah, that's probably the best way. So you can send your questions in, or Gun Channels, or message me if you know me. But either way, do that. So tonight's guest is Damon from SSVI. How are you tonight?
Great. How's it going?
Wonderful.
There we go. We'll get it amped up.
Through the whole.
I was kind of shaking this whole time. See me next.
Wait, don't let it go. All right, well, I'm going to thank our sponsors tonight. So thank you to Damon, SSVI, and Cantu Bruner Designs, and Cuts Custom Leather. Without them, we would not be able to push our stuff out to iTunes and fun stuff like that. So let's get this party started. What do you got for news tonight, Erica?
Well, the T-Rex is going to have to move over. There is a new dinosaur that has been unveiled.
Shut the
so
fuck up.
I love dinosaurs. Okay, there's a few things that are trump cards for me. Science is a big one. Anything about Egyptology. Dinosaurs are huge. Who doesn't frickin' like dinosaurs? If you don't, there's something wrong with you, and that will be my next grinds my gears. Okay. Paleontologists have found a 122-foot-long dinosaur that is displayed at American Museum of Natural History. The dino surpasses the museum's model of a blue whale by 30 feet.
Wow.
And this creature is so big it cannot even fit in the gallery space itself. It has part of its 39-foot-long neck. 39-foot-long neck! Okay? That's insane.
That's like
So roughly half the length of Gwyneth Paltrow's.
This animal, it's so new, it doesn't even have an official species name yet. But based on the dinosaur's characteristics, it was placed in the Titanosaurus group. This group of dinosaurs is known for its giant lizard-like appearance. They have long necks, whip-like tails, small, tiny little heads, and they walk on 4 thick legs.
Like
so think like a huge brachiosaurus kind of thing, like ginormous. The fossil revealed that the creatures were all young adults and roamed the lush forest around 100 million years ago, and paleontologists believe that they died in 3 distinct periods, but not really sure when. But this is freaking cool! Another dinosaur discovered. It's huge, it's ginormous, and you can go and see it at the Museum of Natural History, which I want to go and do, because if you don't love dinosaurs, there's something wrong with you.
Hang on. So they put this in the classification of dinosaurs that look like lizards?
Yeah.
As opposed to
Well, they've done a lot of research, and now they're finding out that most dinosaurs probably had feathers.
Really?
So less like a bird, more like a traditional dinosaur.
Damn it, you ruined my burn. Fine. Cool. Good answer.
Yeah. Huh. That's what you get with the biology degree.
Hmm.
That's about it, though.
Erica, did you see the picture of its head poking out the door?
I did. It's so freaking cool.
That's part about these pictures is that they put people in for scale.
Yeah. They're so cute.
Important.
But yeah, so I like dinosaurs, and this was really cool. And I saw it was the first thing that popped up on CNN. I'm like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Don't.
Mike, you just buzzkilled the whole thing.
All right.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, brain.
Your brain.
I know. Well, you just took that one.
Did I?
Yeah, I was all excited about it. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Killed all the happiness.
All right, I was shopping.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? Is that where we're on?
I don't know. Just
That's how you segue, Mike.
No, we're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Leah's got something, I think.
Leah, you got something, Leah? It says you got something. Leah has stuff.
What do I have?
You wanted to bitch.
Oh, just the
oh,
world.
we're in the ramblings.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. I'm drunk. I'm great.
Ooh.
Leah had a long day at work.
Let's hear it.
Oh, just, your usual. Work sucks. And then there was so much traffic today.
Really? For what?
There was. What was up with traffic?
Every single road had an accident on it in, like, the center lane. It spread out across all the other lanes.
I was actually stuck in traffic, and I read Leah's update that traffic would be much better with wine.
Right? Like, if I could sit there and listen to NPR and drink wine, I would be such an angry person.
I think, Google, they just said $4 billion for Google's self-driving car project.
God!
You should be allowed to drink in a self-driving car, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you have a Tesla,
Right?
That's the only thing self-driving cars are for, so you can drink.
Yeah. And so you can, like, leave a bar, pass out for 20 minutes on the ride home, and then just be home.
Yeah.
Totally worth $4 billion.
I agree.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cost effective. Long run.
So they're saying $4 billion for one car?
No, the whole project.
Wait, I got something I want to ramble about. Did you guys see the petition for to make the Deadpool movie rated PG-13?
What?
What?
They just barely got it over to R, didn't they? It was
Yeah.
NC-17.
Yep. It's rated R, and somebody put out a petition to redo the movie at PG-13 so they could take their kids to it.
It's not for fucking kids.
No.
They're petitioning to
Why don't you make a porn PG-13 so you can take your fucking kids to it?
Right. If you know the Deadpool story at all, you know it's not a kid-friendly story.
It's a comic book.
Jesus Christ.
I like how Glenn's explaining it to Leah.
Got it. I am up to speed.
I'm up to speed.
I don't know if anyone's watched Disney Channel lately, but it's almost PG-13 porn now.
Is it really?
I gotta get cable. Jesus.
Yep.
Last time I think I watched Disney Channel, I saw the guy that played the serial killer in Silence of the Lambs was on a Disney Channel show.
That's super creepy.
That's Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
The lotion puts it on skin.
Right.
Oh, Buffalo Bill. That's his.
Buffalo Bill.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
he was on like a little kid show.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
That's hilarious.
Did he have the same lines?
Probably.
Well, that was what I want to ramble about for now. I'm sure more stuff will come up as my brain slowly wakes up here. What's everybody drinking tonight? Andy, what do you got?
I'm drinking a Godfather. At least I think that's what it is. I got Jameson
For you?
and Amaretto.
Amaretto?
Yeah, with a little ice cube ball.
I got an ice ball too.
Cheers to
balls,
ice
guys.
balls.
Fancy
Yep.
with their fancy ice.
Yeah,
Those come with monocles.
I'm drinking Erica's. She was drinking this last week. It's the Bowman Brothers Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's delicious, but I burned my mouth on some pizza yesterday, so I mean it's not stopping me from drinking the bourbon, but it stings every time I drink it. Ari, what are you drinking?
I have
Just
Jim
where you could have
Beam.
said, cool. I totally shut
Cool.
it down.
Cool. I have Jim Beam and Coke in my sippy cup with a straw because I'm an adult.
Nice. Well, you don't have to worry about spilling it.
Exactly. See, your mom made these for us for
Your
a
mom.
Christmas present.
She made one for Andy too. Andy's got to come get it.
I'll be right over.
Whoa. All right,
My beer.
Leah and Glenn, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Cheap white wine. By
Is
the
it
jug full.
box or bottle?
Oh, big ass bottle.
Oh, all right.
Plastic bottle or glass?
Glass.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I am a classy lady.
You need to get box wine next time.
Yeah.
You can get the wine that just comes in the bag. They don't even do the box. It's just a bag.
Just a bag of wine.
I'm drinking Bacardi Oak Heart and a little bit of ginger ale with it.
Yeah. What's the matter? No craft beer? No weird ass IPA tonight?
You guys made fun of me too much. Now I have to drink hard liquor and get too drunk.
That's what
Oh,
you're
we heard
supposed
your
to do.
IPAs taste like if you squeeze the cat's urine over sagebrush.
Thank you.
And that's the only way I can describe it.
I really like them, and I don't disagree.
That's fun. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. So yeah.
You with us?
I'm good. My brain shut up for a second there. So
Has experienced a glitch.
before we get into the interview with Damon, what next week is SHOT Show. So I am going to let everybody, we're gonna be broadcasting live next week from the house we rented, and it's gonna be awesome. So if you are going out to SHOT Show and you want to come hang out at the live taping, feel free to get a hold of us and we'll get you directions or a ride out there or something. We're about 15 minutes outside out of the strip, so but we have 2 rental cars. So yeah, if you're interested in hanging out, we're gonna have I think 8 microphones. So we got a whole bunch of people. We got the whole We Like Shooting crew coming out to do a live podcast with us. Should be a good time. So if you're interested, let us know. SHOT Show is gonna be cool. I think I'm just excited to see people. That's usually why I go out, is to hang out and see all the people that I really only interact with on social media. So, Andy, what are you looking forward to for SHOT Show?
Well, we're opening up a retail shop next month. So I'm kind of looking forward to talking to some new vendors and getting some cool stuff in the shop.
Nice. Damon, what do you got planned other than parties? You got any big stuff going on?
Honestly, the first thing I'm kind of excited to see the whole thing surrounding that whole Brownell's Dream Gun.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of cool to see how that rolls out, because originally that turned into a big word fiasco where people who just didn't look into it jumped the gun, no pun intended, and went legal about the whole thing. So I know Smith & Wesson has done everything in their power to make it right, and I know they're anxious to see it too. But that gun is truly badass, so I'm kind of
that's cool. Yeah,
to sit there and see the people's reaction to how it turned out.
Yeah, Ari, what's on your radar for SHOT?
I wanted to look for CCW stuff for women. Specifically, I'm looking for a garter system because I have my my appendix carry holster that I'm very happy with, but I also have to deal with the issues of how do I carry when I'm in a dress, and I'd like to look for a good alternative or something like a garter type style thing. So that's what I'm
Plus,
really looking for.
you got a bunch of meetups that you're going to with some of the other girls of the industry.
Yeah, I was actually invited this year. Like, it wasn't just about you, which that's kind of awesome. Like, it's never about me. So, yay me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So I got like Tactical Barbie. She's got a meetup on Wednesday at the Bourbon Room.
Yep, right before our party.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one. Then there's
She's cool as
another
shit.
one on Tuesday that was supposed to be at Serendipity, but now it's at the Fizz, which is inside Caesar's Palace. That's all women, like unofficial SHOT Show, women of SHOT Show. I don't know. Something cool with us, women. So I got invited to that. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's cool.
And it's a vacation for me.
Yes.
So while all you guys are working, I can fuck off. Complete waste of space and time and energy. I am just going to be completely useless.
Are you going to spend 2 days sick in bed again?
If that happens, I did that one year. That was awful.
Last year?
No, that was when we had the booth. That was the year before that.
Sorry, I spent the whole time running our booth by myself.
Yeah, it was lots of help.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's all right. Glenn, you looking for anything in particular?
I want.
This is Glenn's first year, right?
Yeah, this is actually my first year finally making it. I've had plans many other years that all fell through, but this is the first year I actually get to go. So I'm excited on all that, obviously. But I want to, I don't know, just kind of reach out to some of the more gunsmith companies, barrel makers, that kind of stuff, and see what I can get for the new shop.
That's cool. Lee, are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just going to fuck off with Erica?
There you go.
All right. Well, at least somebody can keep her company while Andy drags me around to everything.
No, I am excited. I'm excited to see all the stuff.
I just got a message from Autumn. Damon, you know Autumn, right?
I do, yeah.
She just said, look her up on my thing and friend her, Erica, on Facebook, but she said she has a garter holster for you to try out, and she'll send it out tomorrow.
Awesome.
So, yeah, get a hold of
now
her.
I can completely fuck off. Yay! Done.
No agenda.
You haven't even gone yet, and you've accomplished your mission.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, cool. So for SHOT Show for me this year, I'm glad I've got a good team of guys in Andy and Glenn to actually do work. For this year, I've actually I've got a couple of companies that I've picked up to represent this year with my blog and through Crash and Burn and some other things. One of them being Dewey Rods. I got to get out and see those guys, and basically just want to schmooze, meet and greet people. This year for me, other than starting the retail store with Andy and Glenn, and other than the products that I've designed, I'd like to do a little bit more. I mean, I got the TV show this year, so I want to do a little more for Mike Santola and just get out and meet people. I want to meet more people. So that's my goal for SHOT Show. But let's get right into the interview here with Damon. So Damon runs SSV Little Eye, and we've all seen him on Instagram, but not everybody probably knows a whole lot is going on. So why don't you give us a little background of you and of the company, and then I will press you for all the hard questions.
Okay, sounds good. So when I first got started, it was there was really only one guy in the industry that I thought was doing things the right way with handguns, and that's Ben Simonson from Borsai Solutions. And everything he ever turned out was just a work of art. And at the time, he had like a 2-year backlog, and I had finally got him to do a gun for me. And at the time, I owned two Glocks, so I got that one back, and it was just my favorite thing in the world. ever. And then I had my other one that I just didn't even want to touch. And it was a Glock 22. That's what we carry on duty out at work. I'm on the special response team for DOE, and so it's just a replica of the gun I have. So I thought, well, I've got something to look at. I'm gonna try and fix mine. And if I totally annihilate it, I've still got my favorite gun. No big deal. And it turned out better than I expected. And I've always been kind of artistic, growing up. I mean, most of my classes were studio art classes and whatnot. And a buddy of mine that ran Glock Fanatics posted it. He had like 60,000 followers or something, and I was just immediately bombed with, "What do you charge? How do I send it?" And I didn't know. I was like, I've done ag gun singular. Odds are really high. I'm gonna mess your shit up.
Right.
So, luckily though, because of where I work, everyone there was just able to, once, I told them like, hey, I'm kind of interested in, getting better at this. Everyone there has kind of a replica of their duty gun, and they just all dump their shit on me. So within a month, I had like 50 guns piled on me.
Wow.
Versus, if the average guy wants to get into this, he's going to do his gun and maybe his buddies, and then in a couple months save up and get another one and try it again. I just had a shit ton dumped on me. So by the time it was actually like an official business, I had a ton of experience under my belt, and things just escalated from there. And I was the first person that I saw ever work with Cerakoted frames, and so that became kind of one of the more trademark things I've become known for.
Very cool.
And that as well as the triggers I've come up with.
I was jumped up earlier before we started the show. I was going to go grab my 43, but I've been running your trigger in the 43 now for, I don't remember when I bought it, for at least 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
I first started that project for me, and the trigger's awesome. Andy, you've shot it. It's one of the few Glock triggers you can actually reliably shoot, right?
Yes, it is. Most of the everybody knows I have a little nub on my trigger finger. The first part of it's cut off. So I've always had a problem with the Glocks with the safety reaching all the way to the safety without canting my hand. M&Ps with their canted trigger safety, I can shoot those no problem. But yours, I mean, I've spent a couple of years because I've had 19s and I've glued the middle safety down, which I don't recommend anyone do. But that's the way I can shoot it. I've drawn. But yeah, yours is fucking awesome because I can shoot it. It's cool.
Yeah, because it protrudes mostly down at the bottom, so if you get around to the main, right?
Yeah, it sits a little flatter than the stock triggers in the Glocks.
Yeah. Good, excellent.
Yeah, I dig them for sure. So when you're customizing, you started off basically with the stippling alone, or did you get into the actual frame modifications off the bat as well?
Well, I kind of, like I said, where I had like a really good one to kind of model, like, okay, so that's some of what's possible. That's kind of the route I went. And the one thing I tried to do, first off, not to piss off Ben, because I thought we had a good, friendship, but I tried to create my own style and do my own version of things, which to piss off anyone that considers themselves a craftsman, I mean, you just rip off their style and you'll see everyone get pissed off. So I try to do my own version and try to do things differently, and there's been a lot of trial and error, and most people haven't seen the errors, so I feel pretty lucky for all that. But overall, I've had a lot of good luck, and I think I've figured out the right way to do things that could potentially really annihilate a gun.
Yeah, so. I'm curious. You say you were one of the more early people to start messing with, stippling after, like, post Cerakote. I did my own stippling only because I know how busy you are, and I like to at least try everything once, and it's absolutely something I would never do again. Not that, because it really is. It's I mean, Andy watched me do it over like 6 days straight, literally an hour. I would put an hour or two in at a time while doing other.
On your 43?
Yeah, on my 43. Which is, I'm so anal with making sure stuff's perfect and it's so permanent that I was freaking out, and I spent myself in like an anxiety attack for a week.
The actual texturing part of a 43 probably takes me 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. See, once you get it, I think it's and that's why I suggest to everybody that even that they ask me, I'm like, send it to somebody who does it on a continuous basis because they're better at it. It's consistent and everything. So, tell me about how you put the logos in it, because I think I don't know if a lot of people know that. You got one sitting right there, right, that you can show people.
Yeah. So like that?
Yep.
That's not because it was the wrong side. Let me try to.
Yeah.
So, without giving too much away, with how I do what I do,
Sure.
if someone sends me their full, like this is a Glock 34, all I'll do with this gun, I'll send the slide off for the machine to get all started, and all I'll do is just smooth out this area. I take off, the molded factory texture, get that all sanded down, super glossy smooth, and once I know everything's starting to hit the Cerakote, I send the frame off to a blown deadline most of the time. He's been my go-to guy because he's up for any challenge he can do.
He's
some of the
killing
crazy
it.
shit. Yeah. And so that way, when it all comes back to me, the whole gun is tan initially when it comes back to me, and do all the hard edging and the prep work is what kind of set the pace for how good it can all look in the end. And
Yeah, that's cool. So it turns back to black when you do it?
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah. So yeah, and on the note of Cerakote, there are so many people that are good at taking pictures of their Cerakote work. Like I've worked on so many guns from different Cerakoters where as I'm doing my thing for it, I'm seeing it just flake off like it's a latex paint, just doing things that it shouldn't do. And Cerakote sticks stupid well to plastic, to the point where you'd think it came directly from the factory like that. So go to someone Cerakote certified. Otherwise, your gun's gonna end up doing weird things. It's easy to warp the frames in the heat process. So there's a lot of things you find out the hard way.
Yeah, I even noticed with mine, I had Andy quickly sprayed my frame and my barrel, and we noticed that the barrel tolerances are so tight on some of the Glocks that shouldn't Cerakote a barrel. It was tough. I had to actually polish it all the way back off.
Yeah, and I did my first couple, trying to get some cool matching themes or contrasting themes.
Right.
And it would get to where I had to use a rubber mallet to knock it into place, knock it out of place, and just get it loosened up enough, and then by that point, you've chipped away enough of it that it doesn't look great anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's cool. So, it says in your info here you are definitely a 9mm guy. Pretty much everything you got.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the one Glock 42, but otherwise everything's 9.
That's cool.
We shoot 40s out at work, and after reading a couple good articles, I think one was by Pat Rogers talking about just how the 9mm isn't the round it was 30 years ago.
Right.
And I'd much rather have a gun that can hold 17 rounds on me with one magazine than one super badass soft shooting 1911 that has maybe 8 rounds.
Yeah,
So
that's something that Andy and I preach a lot as far as with training and everything. So as far as besides the trigger, what is a typical now? All right, well, let me step back a second. Most people, are they sending a gun to you to do one product? Are they buying one of your signature series, or they're like, give me the whole package? What is a typical customer?
The typical work I do would be a bit more similar to nothing framework wise, just they want nothing slide work, but they want their frame all just more ergonomic. And this was kind of the meat and potatoes of what put me on the map.
Sure.
So everything I do, shrinks the grip a bit. It makes the mag release easier to access. Gives you some forward reference points, and all around just makes shooting a Glock a hell of a lot easier. Mm-hmm. So that's the majority of what I do. And the average Glock would take me 6 to 8 hours on a basic job. So it's not fast by any means, but if it's something more intensive where it's the full slide work, full everything, then I've got to get a lot of other people involved. And that's the other thing I've kind of tried to stick to, is where I feel like I've really specialized well in one field. I've just cherry-picked the other guys. I think they've done the same thing. I've seen a lot of the guys that do like, I do stippling and Cerakote, and I can get machining done too. Like, I'd rather be really good at one thing and associate with others like that than be pretty good at a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So
What was I gonna say? I totally had it and I lost it. Well, let's talk about the trigger a little more then. What pushed you to want to design the trigger?
Initially, it was just kind of a whim. I was sitting out at work and I started thinking, because I kind of wanted to use some of Salient shoes. I got a hold of them, and initially they were receptive, like totally cool about the whole thing. And I talked to one of the owners about it, and after that it went weird. They wouldn't respond to phone calls, wouldn't, nothing. And nothing had changed. I talked to them one day and it was great. The next day, nothing. So I thought, all right, well, I don't know anything about SolidWorks or 3D modeling or whatever, but I can sketch some stuff up, and it went from some initial evolutions of just basically how I wanted it to sit inside the trigger guard, and I knew the angle that I wanted to sit at. I knew some superficial aesthetics that I knew would set off, match the kind of theme that I've gone with the big signature series and all that.
Right.
That was all kind of secondary. I just wanted everything to be recognizable, as mine. And once I got some working models back from machinists I'm using, due to how it sits in the gun, the way it performs with just standard OEM parts, I was pretty blown away that it actually runs so damn smooth, and it was just unexpected that it actually, right off the bat, awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. What I'm totally lost right now. I don't know why. What would be the best, way if somebody was interested in doing this? Do you usually gear them towards starting off with a single part of it? Are you still selling the complete signature series done up ones, or they need to provide the firearm?
They provide the fire. I mean, I've got my SOT, I've got all that, but I don't want to deal with everyone else's FFL and SOT people, so I generally just have them send me their whatever model gun they want me to use as the base, and go from there. I've been considering doing my own run of full build similar to the agency Fatal 15s.
Yeah. I'm
it's
hoping
just
I get picked for that. I mean, my wallet isn't hoping I get picked for it, but I want to get picked for it.
Dude, those, I got them right here. I can't show you anything.
I know.
I've only
Are they going to have them out at SHOT?
Probably one.
One? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to make sure I bug Mike for it.
Yeah. Yeah, those guns are, man, they're wicked. I love them. That was so cool to be a part of that last time and see how that just blew up. I mean, because at SHOT Show last year, I think they'd been around for like a month. Nobody knew who the hell they were.
I just met them last year. They weren't around much earlier than that.
Mm-hmm. No, but they've got a big background. They know what they're doing with guns, and one thing I love about them is they're doing things for the right reasons. They've genuinely got the end user's best interest in mind.
I love your retired stripper name, by the way, Darth Invader.
That's the best I could come up with on the spot.
Oh, that's good.
It was either that or Dick Schlongerton.
I like it. One last question, I think, and then I'm going to throw it over to Andy for a couple questions. Sure. You typically do your 17s chopped to 19s? Is that a pretty big thing? I've never actually shot a gun with a chopped frame like that. Is more for concealability, but you get the long slide out of it?
Yeah, so I originally did it just because I don't have one here to show you. There'll be a couple that are down at SHOT that I've sent down. But I had seen the mod a few times and didn't really know if it gave you much, except, well, you can conceal it better. And I did one for a buddy, and the first one I did, I took forever to get it right. It looks really awesome. But then I realized, so if you take a look at a full-size Glock right now in the magwell, you'll see at the very right up there in the very beginning, the plastic's really, really thin. So when you shave all that down to accommodate a Glock 19 mag, now everything you're bumping into is the really thick plastic. So every time you reload into this, it doesn't feel like reloading into like a C19. It feels like loading into a 1911. It just feels like a solid, heavy-ass, heavy-duty gun. So between having the extra mass, the longer slide, the longer sight radius, and being able to conceal, because in general, I mean, I don't have small hands at all, but it's not like, I mean, I could lose that and not,
Sure.
I wouldn't suffer for it. And it just became my favorite go-to thing. It's everything under your belt, you don't see anyway. You might as well chop a 34.
Right.
And
Yeah. No, you're
that's
right.
not going to affect your carrying at all. So,
Yeah, no.
yeah, that was why I did it. It's just the best shooting all-around carry gun.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited to handle one. See how it feels. But for now, I love carrying that 43. So, Andy, you got some questions for David?
Was it last year or the year before was the year of the zombie at SHOT Show? Everything was zombified. This year, some people are saying this is the distressed year. What do you think of the distressed gun? I mean, there's two sides to it. It's like, you gotta do distress it yourself, or you buy it. I see it as a piece of art. I mean, what do you think?
All right, so here's my thoughts on that. See if my they said shoulder surgery. That was fucking stupid. Your gun is your own personal thing, and you should turn all of your personal, things that are personal to you into something that you absolutely love. Your eyes light up every time you see it. And for a lot of people, there's not much more personal than their carry gun or their one like special, amazing, badass rifle or whatever it is. And me initially, where I've got this slide design with all the cool little divots and little pockets, where all the deep areas carry that darker tint. And again, Lone Deadline did this one, but it just kind of accentuates the machinery, the machining already done. Versus if this were, say, a flat gray or flat tan, it would still look good, but this really gives it a lot of good contrast. So that was initially why I went with that, and then the same thing with some of my first, awesome rifles I had Mike do. That's, AXTS, they've got all the cool machining going on, and it just helps accentuate all the little details you might normally miss. And for all the people that want to bag on that shit, they can go fuck themselves. It's not their fucking gun. I'll do a gun in pink and purple zebra stripes. I don't give a shit. It's not their gun, and it's not their money.
Totally agree.
So, whatever someone wants to do to their own anything, that's more power to you. It's great. It's not hurting anyone else.
I think I knew the answer, but I asked it just because I knew the answer. I agree. I think Mike's agreed. I think everyone here agrees. It's your own shit, and do what you want. I mean, don't be so butthurt on other people's stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if I've seen a lot of people, you want to rip on someone for doing like unsafe shit, great.
Yeah,
absolutely. But as far as a style thing, dude, I don't expect everyone to like the same car, the same handgun. It's just stupid to bust on someone for it. I don't care what anyone else likes or doesn't like. I'm going to do what I like.
That's all I had, Mike.
Andy, you're ridiculous. So what's the best way for people to get a hold of you then, if they want to get some of this work done, or they just want to connect with you, or if they got questions? I know your Instagram we talked a little bit about before. It flies by so fast with the amount of response and followers you're getting now. Best contact, something off the website?
Yeah, probably the SSVI.us site. I maybe respond to emails like once a week now. It's too much to do every single day.
Sure.
So I know a lot of people get frustrated with, I wrote you yesterday, how come you didn't write me back, dick, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, you are somebody that would do this shit the whole time I have your gun anyway, so please do that. So yeah, the website's the best way because most everyone's questions are already going to be answered there. I've got a big frequently asked questions section now, and it's easy to email me if you still need help from there.
Well, that's good. So, and if anybody has any other questions or something comes up after the show, feel free to get a hold of me or Andy, and we'll make sure to get it over to Damon. Looking forward to you definitely hanging out at SHOT and discussing cool stuff, and hopefully we can figure out a way that we can do some business together, maybe machine some slides or barrels or do something fun,
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's cool. So if anybody else has any other questions, hit us up. Hoping you're going to stay on the show and chat for a little bit. If you got to bounce, let us know. We'll plug you again and let everybody else know how to get a hold of you. Let's see. That brings us up to Guns and Gear tonight, and I'm going to throw it over to Glenn since we haven't heard Glenn in a while. What do you got tonight for Guns and Gear?
I have my new axe that Leah got me for Christmas, and I'm super excited about.
I heard today you're kind of an axe dude.
Here, let me.
I've got a couple cool ones.
Can you see the two that are on the wall?
Yes.
And then I got another one in my hand. So Leah got me the Sweet Axe. It's made in Sweden. It's a. I'm gonna butcher the name because it's Swedish. It's a Holtzbrook Anabe axe. It's kind of a halfway between an axe and a hatchet. It's got a 20-inch handle, but it's got a 3/4 pound head, so it's kind of a bigger head than a hatchet and a smaller handle than an axe.
Yes.
It's kind of in between. It's got a great little pack axe, so it's going to be kind of for me.
Stand by. I'm gonna grab my couple. You're gonna dig them.
Grab them.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so it's a great kind of in between. It'll strap to the side of a pack. But this is hand drop forged in Sweden, which means there's a guy who takes a lump of steel out of a furnace and puts it under a big hammer mill and actually forms it into an axe. I'm really excited to use this in the woods. What is Leah laughing at?
Can we use that in the lumberjack off?
Absolutely. And then Andy's got his little one over there.
Yeah, hang on. Keep talking. I'm going to go get my axe.
Well, we're shaving with our axes.
Erica, don't you want to go get your axe?
Oh yeah, let me go get my axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, drink.
My axe.
I feel like I came back to people mocking me.
No.
Mike went to go get his axe. All the boys are showing their axes off,
We're shaving.
waving them around.
Which one is that, Andy?
This is the Husqvarna.
Whose
Those are
axe is bigger?
Not about how big it is, it's how you swing. No. Mike went to run and get. Mike can't find his.
I don't know. How much did that axe set you back?
This one you can get it right now on Amazon for $130.
What?
Oh.
It's
That's how much axes cost? Holy shit.
But you have to wait for it because they only come from England, which I learned the hard way at Christmas time.
All right, I'm back.
yeah. No, this is how much a Swedish
I got one
hand.
more cool one. Stand by.
What do you do with a Swedish axe?
Anything you fucking want.
It's
Touche.
not. It's real. It's a very, very nice axe.
You're a
Okay.
very nice axe.
I didn't get it either. I opened the box and I was unimpressed. My brother, super excited. Go ahead.
Do you see how shiny it is?
I'm so excited.
So shiny.
It's a very, very nice axe. I mean,
Mike,
you
where's your
don't
axe?
have to spend that much money to get a good axe.
Here's
Those
my
also are equally
Yeah,
rated.
that's not an axe.
So this axe, apparently I left it sitting out in the garage too long, and Devin's going to be mad at me. I don't know if he's listening tonight, but it's kind of rusting, which is okay. I can just clean it up and...
What the fuck?
Kind of rusting. Jesus Christ, dude. Look at that shit.
I
Do
know.
you store it in water?
I think with all the snow, I think some snow got on it, and I left it in the garage for the last month. So it is awesome, but I know for a fact he's making me something cool that he's bringing us to SHOT Show this year. So now that I know that everybody's into axes, I'll have to introduce you all guys to Devin. You can get an axe from him. He owns Stonewall Forge on Instagram. He's a good dude. LE guy out of Phoenix.
We're gonna carry axes in our shop, Mike.
I think we
Oh,
should.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry them.
It could be a chop shop.
throwing axes or stuff like
No,
this?
you don't throw your axe.
I got it.
Dan sent me a picture of his axe.
I see it too.
That's great.
This is a picture of deodorant.
It's axe
Okay.
deodorant.
So I was always super into like medieval society. Like I was the nerdy weird kid, and a lot's changed since then.
Was.
You've
Yeah,
all been
I
there.
know. Shut your fucking mouth. And so cool Viking axes always seemed the hardest thing to find, like the badass bearded axe. And I got a hold of one of the guys that I knew was making like spear points, like just long, 14-inch badass spears, and got a hold of him about an axe. And he's pointed me to a guy, and he had 2 of these left, and they're all handmade and fucking wicked awesome. He let them both go for about $125 a piece. I know like you think of American commie stuff. I picture handmade stuff, and it's going to be at least $500, $800. So I was like, shut the fuck up, I'll take both of them. So yeah, ended up with that badass one.
That's a good
And then-
price actually for decent.
Yeah.
made stuff.
Yeah, and so he'd gotten the maker had asked me not to tag him, not to show off anything about who did it, because he got in a really bad car wreck shortly after making this, a few different pieces.
Yeah.
And he basically had enough trauma done that he wouldn't be doing any kind of serious labor ever again. So he didn't want anyone bugging him for anything else, asking any questions about it. So yeah. And then I came across a guy on Instagram. I think it's a weird name, and I'm probably going to get it backwards. Pilled Mouse Axes.
Okay.
And he's out of England. And this dude's stuff is just wicked awesome. I love that it's just already beat the hell looking.
I think Andy's getting a boner over there.
Like that.
That's pretty awesome, axe.
So, and then besides that, I have one that I'd always wanted, which was an American commie.
Yeah.
Sweet.
These are
Where do you get those? That one's. I think I saw you put a picture up of that once.
Yeah, this one I actually came across in some like gear trade Facebook page, because you just couldn't find them otherwise. And the guy posted saying, "Hey, here's the price," and everyone just tore them apart. Like, you couldn't ask that much. Like, I know what those cost. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, USN has them. Yeah, every now and then you find them on USN.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd love for us to machine one. I think making an axe or a tomahawk would be awesome. We could probably do that, right, Glenn?
Yeah, I would be pretty pumped to make my own axe. I've got I've got this old vintage head that I'm going to cut into a new axe.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to make that a new one, and then I also have,
I love vintage head.
and then I have this little hatchet head.
So much muff on that head.
That's where I was going with that too. Cool. Andy, what do you got for guns and gear then tonight? Now that Glenn's all axed out.
We're still on sharp things. I went to New York City the other week, or actually last month, Christmas time. There's this company called Best Made, and they have a shop. Their shop is in New York City, right in Manhattan. And they have some really cool axes. They're made in the U.S. They're 5160 alloy, Rockwell 54, 56 hardness. They're axes, but they paint their like special colors, and they charge like $300 extra for that. Kind of a ripoff, but nice looking axes. I picked up this. I don't know if you can see it. This is their sailor knife. It's just a brass.
Oh, you know how you can tell it's a sailor knife? Look at it.
The sheep's foot.
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
Yeah.
What are you pointing at?
The shape of,
No,
It's a
not the-
German
not
knife.
the
They
anchor.
sell them for, it's like $40 on their website. They come with this really cool book. They made this book, The Knife. Tells you all about all the different kind of blade types, all the different kind of metals. The shop is a real hipster shop. The website is, bestmadeco.com. Some cool hipster stuff. Brass lighters and flashlights and different knives. They'll sell like a Sabenza also, but mostly it's more artsy stuff.
Did he know
A
anything about the
flannel
New York City laws, Andy?
They've had no problems with anything they've sold.
No.
Yeah.
I know knife laws are pretty shitty down there.
I did ask him if I bought an axe right now, can I walk out on the street? And he said, people do it every day.
Oh.
They don't recommend like walking with in your hand, but
walking down the street like just with it raised over your shoulder.
Axing people questions.
Yeah.
Nice. Erica, you got anything for gear tonight?
Nope.
Nothing?
No.
You want to hear about more ballerina stuff?
No.
You?
Did you get anything good?
Nope.
Oh, you guys have a Microtech knife, don't you? At least one?
I do, yeah.
Oh my god. This is the best knife ever in the world.
Yeah, I have one of the, that's a scarab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a red scarab that's what's yours looks serrated on one side?
Yeah, so where'd I find it? Like knickknack.net or whatever. I found one of the weird roller runs with a tritium insert on the
Oh, it's got
activator.
That's awesome. Mine doesn't have that.
So yeah, I like this thing.
Mine's red with the grip tape insert and not as smooth on both sides.
Oh yeah.
I like it. It works perfect every time. Lately, I've been playing with this combative edge, which is an auto. It's a great knife. This thing locks and unlocks great. But then I left it upstairs. I bought one of those Kershaw autos for like $89 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome, but it doesn't lock well on close. So I'll lock it and I'll go to open it again and it won't open.
Yeah.
I gotta like push harder to lock it again and
That's
then
not
it'll work. Yeah, so that's not good at all. Leah, you got anything for gear, guns, boxes
No.
of wine? No.
No.
All right. I'm gonna skip you guys next time. So. Cool.
Fuck you guys.
But then they'll complain about being skipped.
I know, right? So this is my guns and gear tonight, and I'm gonna geek out before Glenn geeks out, and it's my new ham radio.
Oh Jesus Christ.
And Glenn and I are going to take our the license tests Saturday morning, so that we can be licensed. And I really want to figure out how to jump on repeaters and talk to there's some gun guys that are out there down in Texas. I want to see if we can reach out down to them and all kinds of cool stuff. But Andy did a whole segment on prepper stuff. Probably almost a couple of months, maybe one of our earlier shows, right?
might have been before Lennon Glia.
Yeah, it might have been. But so Andy did a little bit on ham radios and their uses from a prepping standpoint. So that kind of pushed me to get into it, and I think, yeah, so that's cool. I think it's cool. The other thing I've used it so far is to talk on FRS with Andy, because I can, and listen to the local radio stations.
I listened to a bunch of old men talk about ham radio stuff on the radio the other day.
On my ham radio.
Yeah.
I went to the Facebook page for the local ham radio group, and it's exactly what you think a local Facebook page for the ham radio group would look like.
They get mad if you chat there. They're like, "Yeah, fucking ham radio."
Right? Yeah. Why are you messaging me on Facebook? Use your radio.
Well, no, the old men I was listening to on the radio were talking about how they had posted on Facebook earlier in the day on ham radio.
Now, if I could figure out a way to pull up a ham radio channel, have that channel go into a device, and it would post their tweet, automatic tweet.
I think it's called a cell phone.
Oh.
Yeah, he got you. Have you had one of those? Dude, they're badass. They do like so much
Cell
shit.
phone?
Yeah.
I hear they can do a calculator thing.
Mine's got a calculator.
Your ham radio?
I think. Look, not my ham radio, my phone. My phone's got a calculator. See that?
He's on zero, though.
State of the art.
You're not adding shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Leaving his on and it randomly pipes up with people talking. Kind of Furby-esque.
That's what they do.
It's unpleasant.
Especially when the first night you have your ham radio, and you accidentally reset it, and because you got a Chinese-made one, it starts talking in Chinese at you.
Oh yeah, mine hasn't done that yet.
I've done it 3 times, but I'm not good with electronics.
Yeah, I need to get the cable from Andy so we can program it
Yep.
or order another one. So well, that's all. That's all I got. I mean, I've got a table full of cool shit here, so try and save it for other shows and everything like that. So, Glenn, did I already blow your load on Ask a Gunsmith?
Not really.
All right, well let's hear it.
So the reason he made it said that is I wanted to talk about what I want to wish to see at SHOT Show. Kind of the things that I probably won't see because no one's doing them, or just that kind of stuff. I'd really like to see somebody come out with a true micro action, like a micro bolt action. CZ makes one, but they're almost impossible to get a hold of. But I would like to see someone come out with a true micro action for like the 223 and like little 6mm cartridges. I think that would be really cool to see. And obviously it'd be even better if it was at a decent price, because custom bolt actions are crazy expensive right now. I would also really like to see somebody come out with something really new in the cartridge world. We're seeing a lot of people that are just kind of coming out with the same thing over and over again, but something really new, like a really high velocity but low pressure cartridge would be nice. Something that you could actually get into a handgun, but wouldn't tear guns apart like 357 SIG and those do. So there's a few things I'd really like to see that nobody, I don't know if, I'm sure people are working on them, but nobody's really been able to bring to the market yet. I'd also really like to see a new kind of service-style rifle that was not based on the AR platform. It seems like everything that's come out the last 10 years is based on the AR. Even the SCAR was based on the AR and all those. I'd really like to see some actually like real innovation in the firearm industry. We've kind of gotten stagnant since the last 20 years.
Glenn wants some serious things based on the M1 Garand combined with the 1911.
Well,
I want to stagnate with the M4. I want to stagnate older.
Well, it's not. I'm not saying that what we have right now is bad. With the M4, the Glocks, the M&Ps, they're all great guns. It just seems like not a lot has progressed in the last 20 years or so. And honestly, Mike makes fun of me, and Andy does too, because I'm kind of into the older stuff. But I look at what comes out now through that lens, and I see that it's all the same stuff that we've had for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
It really hasn't.
Is that why you're loving the Tavor right now?
I really
Get that thing out of your hand.
The Tavor is really, there really are a lot of things about it that are very, very new, and that's actually why I'm kind of really digging on it lately.
It's actually quite ergonomic. The more I pick it up, the more you're right. The more it feels nice, and we just put that trigger in it today, the Geisley trigger pack, and Andy can't find the trigger that he lost.
No, but the Tavor, they did some really interesting things with the bolt to make it reversible. But like if you look at 90% of the stuff on the market, it's all based on either the AR for rifles. All the handguns are based off of. They're all based off of a tilting barrel lock system that we've had since the 1911. I mean, fundamentally, a Glock and an M&P are almost the same gun. There's difference. I know, oh my gosh. What? But fundamentally, the way they work, they are the same gun.
You will cease and desist right now.
Yeah, I know. But if you take an M&P, a full-size M&P, a full-size Glock, you disassemble them, you set them next to each other, and you show them to somebody who doesn't know guns, they're going to say they're basically the same thing. There are differences, but it's all, we've kind of stagnated. I'd really like to see that next jump. Something like with ammunition, there's companies out there trying the poly ammunition. If we could get some of that actually worked, that would be really cool to see. But I'd like to see something actually new at SHOT Show. I'm sure I'm going to walk around and see 3,500 booths of AR-15.
Well, and I think
there's going to be a lot of really cool ones, but I'd like to see something new.
Well, I think the AR-15 has become such an American tool. I mean, way more so than any past military rifle. I mean, everyone.
It's a standard in firearms now.
Right,
Absolutely.
and because of everyone's familiarity with it, nobody wants to immediately transition to something like the Devore is a cool weapon system, but I know every time I've handled one, I'm immediately trying to go where I'm used to, and it doesn't work. So it just immediately makes people like, this would be cool to play with. I would never take this seriously.
Yeah, and you've got hundreds of instructors that teach AR-15 classes. You've got dozens of companies that make AR-15 parts, so the parts costs are less, so it's easy to stay in that platform.
So if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, that's super frustrating for you of all people to be super frustrated with that thing because, like, oh, just fucking innovate something. Do you know how hard it is to come up with something innovative, and then innovate something, and then people come at you and be like, "This is a piece of shit. It's so fucking expensive. Oh, this doesn't fit in my hands. Oh, go fuck yourself. You do it."
No, absolutely.
I've heard that so many times. We just want you to innovate something.
It's not grinds your gears. Settle down.
Sorry, stepped on it.
Do you like the Devore, Erica?
No, it's front heavy.
Would like to see something new.
I gave Erica the M18 to hold today. She's like, I can hold it like those 80s chicks in that video you posted.
Yeah. It's a waist fire gun only.
Yeah, I don't have upper body strength. I suck.
You like the Devore, though. The Devore is actually a pretty well-balanced gun with a maggot.
No, it's
All
front
the weight's
heavy.
back at you. What? It is not.
I don't have any upper body strength.
So
I'm
everything's
to
front
a
heavy to you.
5-pound AR. That's what I like to go to.
You know what? That's where you and I differ. I really prefer women that are front heavy. So now you.
That's funny.
What were we talking about? Yeah.
I have beautiful eyes of the chest. Hashtag beautiful eyes of the chest.
Moving right along.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, Mike.
That's all good. Where did I do it? I had it. Leah, you ready?
No. Shit, no.
No?
Well, yes, but no.
Okay. All right, take a sip of wine, and it's time for Leah Raps.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. I just pasted your lyrics in there.
I'm going.
This is quickly becoming one of people's favorite segments. I get a lot of compliments about Leah's rap.
I really want Glenn to beatbox during this, though.
Where's Siri? Where's Siri? She can drop a beat.
Siri can drop a beat.
You can't even do.
This is the whitest shit I've ever seen so far.
Wait till she starts rapping.
It's about to get
I
better.
live in Idaho, and this is even whiter than here.
Alright, you guys ready?
Wait, hang on. I'm going to ask Siri.
Siri can beatbox?
Siri.
Oh, dude.
Drop me some
I owe
beatbox.
Apple money for this.
Who, me? Can I hear a beatbox? Can I hear a beatbox?
This is a horrible demo. You want me to do it?
And cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. I could do this all day. Cats and boots and 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 cats and boots and
All right, Leah. Now you're
I
up.
love cats. Okay.
Glenn, are you gonna be able to guess it?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I didn't, like, a effort.
I'll name one of the 5 rap groups that I know.
Groups.
All right, go.
The rap bands.
Well, you're on the right track. This is a group, so go.
I'm expressing my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities. Because some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight, meditate like a Buddhist. I'm dropping flavor. My behavior is hereditary. These guys have excellent vocabulary. But my technique is very necessary. Blame it on Ice Cube because he says it gets funky. When you got a subject and a predicate, that's not a word, add it on a dope beat and that'll make you think. Some suckers just tickle me pink to my stomach because they don't flow like this one. You know what? I won't hesitate with this one. Or 2 before I'm through, so don't try to sing this. Some drop science while I'm dropping English. Even if Yella makes it a cappella, oh my god, this is so good, I still express, yo, I don't smoke weed or assess. Because it's known to give a brother brain damage, and brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing. But making a sucker and you equal, don't be another sequel.
What you got, Glenn?
What?
I'm gonna go with Wu-Tang Clan.
No.
You can't get Wu-Tang Clan for everything.
I'm gonna go with that was wrong.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's wrong. I'll give you one more guess. Go.
You're singing about Ice Cube.
That should give it. That's a huge hint right there.
Context.
Ice Cube.
Straight
Oh snap, Leah. No, you're wrong. But good.
You're singing about Ice Cube. Is it Ice Tea?
out of context. No.
That was the Humpty Dance, wasn't it? That's the one song I know.
No, it's you were close. It is off the album Straight Outta Compton, Leah. It's called "Express Yourself" by NWA.
Great song.
I've heard of them.
They're a good group.
They
We're the
are.
white guys here. Tell us what that stands for.
Yeah.
Ah,
No.
Perfect. We're gonna see it.
As Leo would say, people of African American descent with attitude.
No, it's inner city youth with attitude. That's the new one.
It's going somewhere bad. It was good. That's actually one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time, actually. So, well, we had Tupac last week, right?
Yeah, I missed that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So,
That's a
all right.
good
Well,
pick tonight.
Every single one is Justin Timberlake.
after Leah here, let's throw it over to Leah again for her news segment. What do you got?
Did anyone else? You guys, I've already talked about this. You guys have had a shitty week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week was shitty.
Yeah, this week was shitty. The machine exploded.
Yeah.
Oh, we can kick ass. Best week I've ever fucking had.
Go home, Damon. You're drunk.
Well, good for you.
So-
Awesome.
I don't know if you guys, you've probably seen this. This goat cheese farm in Virginia. Basically, they have their sheep give birth. They take the babies from the grown-up sheep so that they can make their milk into cheese. So, in order for a baby sheep to survive its first few days of life, they need to be snuggled constantly.
Really?
Yeah, so this farm put out an ad for volunteers to come and snuggle their 90 baby sheep that they're.
How many Muslim people showed up?
They put the ad up on Tuesday morning. By Tuesday afternoon, they had so many people apply that they said all of the spots are completely filled. We're shutting down the webpage. We're
Not
done.
gonna lie, I would go snuggle a sheep.
I'd
Right
snuggle
now.
the fuck out of that shit.
Little baby. Oh, did I say sheep? I meant goats. Jesus Christ.
Goats.
They're baby goats, not sheep.
It's not
Oh,
healthy.
goats.
They are you.
Oh,
Totally different. Fuck a goat. I don't give a fuck about goats.
If you look at their eyes, they're like they're just evil.
They do look weird.
It is a little
The
disturbing.
little baby ones?
Yeah,
No.
no, I like the fainting ones.
Yes. Yeah. But so they
I like when they hop around; they just bounce.
I know. But yeah, so basically these people had to like go and like sit with baby goats in their laps and bottle feed them and keep them warm and happy. And they were flooded with applicants, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
That's something that Andy's whole
Cool.
family would do, like together.
Oh, and they post adorable pictures of it.
We do it with alpaca. I like alpaca.
Alpaca are different. Those are badass.
Yeah.
Do alpacas spit like llamas?
Yes.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Alpaca like mint. So you know how I drink that tea all the time, my mint tea?
Yeah.
So they come right up to me and they just kind of lick my lips.
I want to make out with you.
I love it.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Just stroke the back of their neck while they're licking your lips.
Cool. Can we talk about knives or something
I'm
again?
gonna go see you
Not
guys.
awkward at all.
alpacas are girls in Vegas
Where's Andy going?
He's left.
to get his alpaca.
Oh, yes, alpaca. I'm moving my segment up before I move to your medical and prepping tonight, Andy, because I just saw the most awesomest video ever.
We'll just skip it.
Check this out, yos.
Shut the fuck up.
I need that.
Andy, can we build this?
We're building this right now.
Mike, make yourself the presenter so it stops panning to each of us.
We've got a CNC machine. We should be able to do anything.
You've got a CNC machine at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't really work right now.
Explain what
Shut
it
up,
is.
Haas!
Oh, sorry. It's an RC tank. Like, I don't know what the scale would be, but it's the size of a dude.
Yeah,
Maybe you
it's,
have to register that with the government.
So cool.
How big is it? Dude size?
it's like it looks like 4 foot long.
Awesome.
What's the average dude?
4 feet long. The average, it's at least the size of Andy. Like, Andy could get in the top and ride this thing around.
Oh yeah.
We could get a little cannon for it, right?
I bet we could shoot something out of it. I can't. It's got to be
Like a 30mm grenade launcher on the front of it.
the 37 flare launcher.
Yeah,
we
we
could
could
shoot
do
fireworks and stuff.
Can we build a little miniature 20mm cannon?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to get the
Destructive
Right.
device.
we have to get the destructive device license, which is expensive.
But RC tanks.
I imagine for good reason.
I don't know why it doesn't need to be $3,000 a year.
A year?
A year, yeah.
And you got like the documentation. You gotta document where, when everything explodes and stuff.
Yeah, you think we do a lot of paperwork now, Mike?
Do people that have like old cannons have to do that?
Yep.
If
The,
it works from the muzzle, you don't have to.
Okay.
The guy that ran the range for Polypalooza, Andy knows who I'm talking about. He's got what is a 30mm?
Yeah.
That shell was big. And they were gonna auction off one shell, and he backed out. And the rumor went around the room that it was $200 in a tax stamp just to fire one shell, which it didn't make sense to me because I guess if you buy in a free state, can you buy one shell for one tax stamp?
If it's an explosive shell, you have to put a tax stamp on it.
Even if you have your DD license?
I don't know what it is as DD license, but I know like if you're a private citizen who wants to buy destructive devices, it's a tax stamp for every explosive shell, and certain calibers they consider everything to be explosive. I don't know what 30 is. I know like 37mm, everything you have to have a tax stamp on.
Even with it's something to look into. Obviously, I'm not going to spend $3,000 a year right now, but at some point it would be cool to have flashbangs so I could flashbang Andy when I come in the morning.
We'll throw them in the bathroom while someone's going.
I'm okay with that
The
too.
Motherfucker Gun Club sets their cannon off every weekend. What are they doing?
That's a muzzle loading cannon.
And that's blanks. Yeah.
The muzzle loading
I don't
cannon
think
is
you need a
like
license for
powder.
a cannon, right?
Yeah, I guess they're probably not shooting a cannonball.
They're shooting a wad.
Yeah, they're shooting
Not
like
blanks?
it's full of paper towel.
Yeah, I'd like to shoot my wad in front of everybody.
We could make a sweet little like miniature brass cannon, which would be cool.
That actually fired would be awesome.
Way to avoid that topic.
Right? Moving right along. I'm going to sneak this in here. Thank you to our sponsors, Cantu Brunner Designs, Custom Leather, and SSVI. And I'm going to throw it over to Andy for medical prepping.
Well, we're not really doing any medical prepping or anything this week. Since we are going to SHOT Show, though, I've had a couple people ask, are you guys bringing guns to this thing? You're going to a gun convention, or can you bring guns? A lot of people don't even know that you can fly with guns. In the news, it's always, this guy was stopped at the airport with a firearm, blah, blah, blah. Well, as long as you don't carry on, you can check whatever you want. Most airlines, as long as ammunition is separate and it's locked up with 2 locks, you're pretty much good to go.
And that, not to interrupt, but that depends on the actual airline too. Like
Yeah.
I'm flying down with Allegiant, and I wanted to bring 4 or 5 handguns, and it's no, you can bring 1.
Oh,
And-
really? One?
Yeah, with Allegiant. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Delta's
so
actually very, very cool with it. I've flown with 2 machine guns and 6 handguns in one case once.
well, of course, why not?
Right.
Yeah, just check with the airline before you go. But yeah, before you get to the airport, call, see what their rules are with firearms. Some people make you open it up and they look at it and they don't even know what they're looking at. They just, oh yeah, there are guns in there, and then they close it and it goes through. Some don't even open it. Some you have to put a tag in. I know American.
Delta, you got to put the tag in.
Yeah, Delta, you put the tag in. I've had no problems. I've traveled quite a few times flying with them. I've had no problems. I haven't gone on any of the smaller airlines. But
Well,
go ahead, Dan.
another peace of mind thing too, and this I didn't think I was going to be plugging them, but like one of the cooler things I've got, I don't have one here with me. Those little tile. Have you heard of those little like
Yeah.
GPS type things you can attach to your keys
yeah.
or whatever? Yeah. So when I flew down to Oregon to do some stuff with Noveski, I threw one of those just on everything I know it's going to be separated from. So like my gun case under the foam and all that. So at any one time, I could have just checked like, okay, so I know it's here on the airplane with me, and once I got flew to the destination, I was able to just check on things. So it's little things like that make things.
That's a great idea, actually.
That's a really, really nice idea. Because I've watched my Pelican case get skipped across the tarmac by baggage handlers.
Nice.
Any other advice for anybody?
The one thing I've always been told by TSA guys and everybody is a lot of people think you have to use those TSA approved locks.
No.
They say don't ever use those because baggage handlers have the keys to them.
Yeah, I use like two or three master locks that I have the keys to. You lock it in front of the Delta agent or your plane agent. It goes down the thing, and you wait about 10 minutes. I had TSA call me down to unlock it once, and then ever since then I've never had to.
Yeah, and I'm fine with unlocking it myself for you anytime you want.
Yeah.
So the other thing, and people that haven't flown with their guns before, this will be a new one too. So I get to Oregon. First time I've flown with guns, and I'm going with like my super high-end badass shit that if I lost, I would just be heartbroken. So I get there and I'm in the airport and I'm watching shit come out, and I'm standing there and pretty soon I'm the last guy there, and I'm like, well, that was it. I've flown with weapons once. They're fucking gone. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, just shoulder slumped, fucking crushed. TSA guy comes up. Yeah, it's like, so what are you looking for? I'm like, well, I had like a green Pelican case that was coming out. He's like, is it a firearm? Like, yeah. Oh, that stuff doesn't come out with everything else. Anyone could just pick it up. They're over back here. Oh, good God. I could have left an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other thing that TSA's told me is like don't put like a big sticker on the side of your gun case that says gun because some baggage handler is going to throw it over the fence into his pickup truck.
You mean the giant inked up gunfighter sticker I have on all mine?
Yeah. Yeah, he said try to keep because like photographers and all those guys use Pelican cases too.
Right.
Not to say that stuff's not expensive too.
Right.
But there's a lot of like musical instrument cases that are the same way. And
Yeah, I flew with my
actually, it all comes down to it's all something worth stealing. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Good advice.
That's all I got for now. What do you got, Leah? Sorry.
I was just going to say, I put it up on Gun Channels, but The Art of Manliness has what looks like a pretty good article about traveling with your gun. He like took photos and went step by step about how to travel with a gun in a case.
Yeah, I told him to do that for us.
Yeah, I've flown dozens of times, and I've watched my Pelican case get chucked and bounce around. Pelican is the only thing I'll ever fly with a gun in.
I flew with that. What's the one you mentioned the other day that was like, holy crap, it's beat up?
The bone collector one?
Yeah, the Plano. The Plano all-weathers are nice, but they don't last. Like, that thing's missing a wheel and one of the latches. That thing's been beat to hell, and that just goes to tell you, like, what they're doing with my gun cases when they put it in and out of the planes.
That's any suitcase.
Yeah, but it's not soft, so things seem to break, I guess.
Yeah, I think they take sport in it. They see because I mean you spent $250 on a Pelican case. There's clearly something expensive inside of it. Right. I think they kind of get a kick out of watching it bounce across the tarmac.
Goddamn Muslims.
Every fucking time.
No, ISIS is running the baggage handling part.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's all I got.
Oh, man, we fucking derailed you. I'm sorry. That's all you've got? You haven't said shit in 15 minutes. Well, I'm done.
All right, let's do Tech Corner. We need cool intros to music and stuff like Well, welcome to Tech Corner.
Yeah, get on that, Mike.
Record that,
Yeah,
Mike,
there
and
you
play it
go.
over and over again.
You just
All right.
did it.
All right. Anyway, so tonight's Tech Corner. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think within the last week, some was announced today, some I think yesterday, but I heard about the self parking cars. Basically, you can get out of your car and with your little remote, you can push forward or reverse and pull your car into the parking spot, so, like a real tight spot, without you having to be in it.
I'm already angry.
I feel like it would crash or get hacked and it would run into something.
I think this is another way for people to take accountability out of their hands and be able to blame somebody else for something.
Yeah.
When shit's clearly
Yep.
personal responsibility.
I can't even drive an RC car. How can I drive an RC real car?
It's basically what it is. Like here's a YouTube video. Let me share it.
It's got a sensor that won't let you crash into something, supposedly.
Right. Here, can you guys see that?
Yes.
So it's a 4-minute video here. It's the Tesla Auto Park feature.
It's a $150,000 car.
The
It better
Tesla?
park itself and give me a blowjob.
Yeah, I think they're about $100,000.
Well,
It says auto open garage. Apparently, it'll auto open your garage door before it rams itself into it.
wait, so you could like,
This is like some Knight Rider shit.
is this designed so like when I'm like drinking my coffee, I can like push a button and it starts my car and warms it up and pulls it around out front?
Yep.
I like it.
I would pay $100,000 for that.
Go ahead.
It's a good thing I'm a Powerball billionaire.
Yeah.
It is cool. It's showing the inside of it right now. Starts up the whole car.
That's high tech as fuck.
There's like that's bigger than my iPad.
Yeah, that's
It
actually.
is. The screen in is that the Tesla Model S? Yeah, S and X. So honestly, the cool thing about Tesla is, if anybody had the money, they're dope cars because you actually get updates like you update your cell phone.
Dude, I'm stoked as shit for that.
Car.
When they presented that big, what is it, the battery system for your house?
Yep.
Dear God, dude, I can't wait for that to become available. I'm all over that shit.
I guess Elon Musk, the Tesla guy, is working on a whole bunch of new technology stuff, which is Tesla's basically his plaything,
How do you like get that repaired?
The Tesla's.
Like
You just take
Tesla?
that to a shop.
No, you definitely take
You
it
gotta
back.
go to a Tesla.
You go to Best Buy. That's you just take it in the,
Right.
in the fucking the Geek Squad.
You call it a comedy.
That's good.
Well, yeah, that's like Google. Why they split the company into what is it called, Rainbow or something now?
Oh yeah.
It's so they can sink all the money into projects like the self-driving cars, electric cars, and
Okay.
chips. Cool
I
stuff.
mean, this is a step towards that self-driving car. They're showing a video right now that'll auto open your garage door and pull it back into the garage.
You know what the best thing about a self-driving car is? You never have to sit in the back seat awkwardly with a smelly cab driver.
Yes. I actually
If I had
want
a self-driving car, I would still sit in the back seat.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
totally.
That would be
Put a
awesome.
mannequin with like a cap on it in the front
And
seat.
always look panicked. Always be pounding on the window.
I want to see one of these things fail and just like ram through somebody's garage door.
It'll probably happen.
It just gotta happen. Look what happened to Johnny Five.
Johnny Five.
The guitarist from Marilyn Manson?
What?
No?
It'll
Nobody?
be just
Okay,
like those
fuck.
hoverboards.
God damn.
A company will come out with a nice version, and then a bunch of Chinese knockoffs will come in that ram through doors.
And they'll all catch on fire at the same time.
We should make a Johnny Five replica.
So we're building a miniature tank and a Johnny Five.
Yeah. Let's have Johnny Five, aka Wally, which are basically the same characters. Just one was made in 1984 and one was a cartoon.
He's so stinking cute.
Well, they never had a laser.
That's true. Wally did not have a laser.
Raw did not have a laser.
Then you got
Can we make
BB-8, which is a
time?
combination of Wally and Eve.
Yep.
Which
Yeah, I mean, is it okay for us to talk about Star Wars now? Can we rant about it?
Mhm.
I know you're a big Star Wars guy. What'd you think of the movie?
Why would you say that?
Andy, show him your tattoo.
Yeah, butt tattoo, go!
Oh, not that one.
No.
I don't even
Oh,
care.
Star Wars butt tat. Oh no, you were being sarcastic.
Shut
Okay.
the fuck up.
I can't even.
Badass.
I don't know.
Talk. There you go.
Boba.
You want a better shot of the mural, everyone?
Yeah, I saw the mural on Instagram. Here, everybody, I'm gonna set.
Okay, so I gotta kind of, so I can't tell what you guys see. But my tattoo artist, Aramis, my God, man, he is so good at detail.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like everything in that area, just so badass. The armor.
That's
Yeah,
a great
so
crop
bad.
shot.
Oh.
I know that's what you're showing us.
So yeah, so we used
Sweet.
used acrylic and did all the background and whatnot, and then airbrushed all the actual figure. And
That's
awesome.
really awesome.
Badass.
And then I got hooked up with a guy that's does a lot of the replicas for the promo for the new stuff, and he had access to, make all the old. I can't remember the model numbers. The guns from the older movies. So he sent me a bunch of those in trade for works for one of his guns. So that's where I've got all that cool shit.
Holy crap! All these Q&As came in this. Sorry. A lot of them are "You go, Erica." Apparently, I'm breaking out walkie-talkies, which is true. Just going back to it. Matt Murphy is I think wants to date Damon. There's a lot of Damon You Rock posts.
What page are you on?
That's the Google Q&A that shows up for us on when people post in the Google Plus link. Most of us are over on gunchannels.com/crashandburn because there's a cool little chat room that people kind of shout out questions and stuff. And what is Dirty Dan saying? You throw it out and buy a new one?
The car, instead of getting it fixed.
Unpresentable.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, why are we stuck on Lennon Glia?
Because we're the coolest, and you guys want to look at us.
Because we desperately don't want to be presented.
There, I stopped. You can't use words like unpresent us, like I'm supposed to know what that means.
Well, could you not see us? Or are you just looking at yourself?
No, I might have it locked. I might have it locked to my screen to check out that sweet stash I got going on. I think
All right,
it's
Mike,
okay. I've already gotten a couple compliments from our viewers how fancy this stash is.
It is pirate-esque.
It is.
It's very like French pirate.
Don't
Andy,
encourage
go.
him.
That's what I was going for. So
I'm
I got something, Mike.
talk a lot.
Shut up! Sorry.
Stash the stash.
what?
Mike.
What?
There's this thing called the 2016 Firearms Skill Merit Challenge. Have you heard about that?
I have. I think it was something you and I came up with.
Oh, shit, it is.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
Go.
Well, Mike and I came up with this thing. It's called the 2016 Firearms Skills Merit Challenge. And we got, if you go over to Inked Up Gunfighter, MikeSantola.com, go down a couple on the blog there. I put a link in Gun Channels. Every month this year, we'll have an instructor give one of their spiels, do whatever they want. I happen to be the first one, and we did just a very basic dry fire challenge for everyone. You send in, what is it, $10, Mike?
It's $10, buys you the patch and shipping.
Yeah,
And
each
in order
month you
to
get a
actually get the patch, you got to do the challenge.
Yeah, this month's challenge was a dry fire with something, be creative, something on top of the barrel, whether it be just a quarter up there, a bullet, anything bigger. Get kind of funky with it if you want. Take a quick video of it, send it in, and we'll send you the patch. And if you do all 12, and we got some great instructors doing this. Where's the list here? If you do all 12 for the year, we'll send you a challenge coin on our dime.
That's really cool.
We got next month Mike Seeklander, John Bonnet, Rob Pincus, Paul Sharp. Again, how come these are blacked out? Greg Ellifitt's doing August. I can't read the other ones. Chris Fry. We got
Mike's
Mike.
got, yeah, you got it, Mike.
Andy.
You got Boba
Drive
Fett
on,
on there.
Look at that, Andy.
Nice.
So this challenge doesn't seem like, I mean, it seems challenging, but it doesn't seem impossible.
No, it's actually, we wanted to start it off a little easy.
Yeah.
You wanted to show off that, Mike? I can totally nerd the fuck out if you want to give me a minute to go grab some other cool toys.
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, I'll be
We'll
right back.
continue talking about this while you're grabbing some toys. So, so for you guys listening, MikeSantola.com's got the info that me and Andy did. We've got a lot of great instructors for this. Like Andy said, it's $10 for each month, gets you a special patch for the month, and if you've done all 12 for the year, you get a challenge coin at the end of the year. And I guarantee you, we have some awesome instructors that are going to come up with great, not just like time challenges, but actual challenges that are going to help your day-to-day firearm skills. So I'm excited. I think Andy came up with a great one to start it off.
Is it all going to be handgun stuff, or is it going to be a mix?
Don't know.
No, it'll be a mix. Like I know mine's going to be rifle. That's my thing. I'm a rifle guy.
So
Even like Greg and a couple of other guys are more into like Chris Fry. Maybe he'll do something with a knife.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. It's a challenge. He's very physical. He likes doing stuff, so maybe he can work out something with that. But no, each one's going to have their own very customized little challenge.
Yeah, and we'll probably order. I don't know. We'll do like 100 patches each month, because we can get them a good price at 100 patches, and if we can get between 50 and 100 people to do this, I think we should take a portion of the money also and donate to like Wishes for Warriors.
That's cool.
Obviously we need to put some of the money aside because we're going to buy the challenge coins. That's the other thing. The challenge coin at the end of the year is free. It comes to you for doing the whole year's worth, which I think is awesome. There's not going to be a lot of guys that'll have these cool challenge coins.
So then where do you send the video then? Like if you do this, who do you send the video?
All the instructions are in the post. You basically email, what is it, Andy? I think it's FSMC at inkedupgunfighter.com, and it forwards to Andy or forwards to both of us. And all we want to do is we want to see that you did it. We're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to critique you. Just check it out. And I think it's good to get you to train, and it gets you something out of it.
I want to try it.
Do it.
I do too.
You guys should do it. Let's all. I think we should all do it on the show. Each one of us should make a video doing the challenge.
Yeah.
Especially this one. This one's very easy.
Do you guys see that patch that we designed?
Yeah, I saw it. It's
Throw
cool.
it up on. You got it on your computer, Andy?
No.
I saw it. Cool. The internet can just take
I thought it came out good. That was the first patch I've designed with Andy or with somebody over Hangouts.
I click on the patch and the it goes away.
Just go to the blog page and I'll share your screen.
I did, and it just goes to a blank. I click on the thing, and
What are you clicking on?
I don't know.
Did you break
Broken.
Here, I'll do it.
Well, there it is.
There's the patch.
Okay, here.
I can't
Let me share Andy's screen. There you go.
There's me right there. Yeah, that's the
So
patch.
that's the patch for the first month. I think it came out pretty good. And then who's up for next month? Andy, you said is Seeklander?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the post that Andy's on is the one that's got the challenge. If you go over to the actual description of the whole challenge, which is what Andy is, and actually I think that the main logo, Andy, at the top there, we're going to do a patch of that, and the challenge coin will resemble that as well. So you can see the list of instructors there. Andy, Mike Seeklander, Johnny Bonnet, who's Black Center Tactical from Instagram, Rob Pincus, Paul Sharp, Ian, Aaron Israel, Greg Alfreds, Ben DeWalt, Chris Fry, myself, and Aaron Cowan. A lot of great dudes that are part of this. We've got a lot of great sponsors as well. If you want to scroll down a little bit, Andy, we got a ton of guys that have signed on to give away 1 or 2 things per month. So I think that'll be cool. And Damon's back. You got some geeky stuff to show us, Damon?
Well, actually, while we're on that topic, you guys want a trigger to give away?
Sure.
150 bones. Holy shit!
Challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll add. I'll grab your logo, and we'll do it from there for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty rad.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna go total nerd, and then I'm gonna fucking bring it back around to where we can all relate.
Yeah, let me unpresent Andy. There we go.
I did it.
Oh.
All right, so I've always liked replica stuff, and there's a few companies out there that do things pretty damn well. One of the companies that does the replica lightsabers is Saber Forge. I don't know if you've heard of them. And I don't have the little inserts for any of these, but this is their what's it called? The more Luke Skywalker looking replica. So they've all got soundboards. You can get them like your choice of like sound fonts, colors, and all that shit. Please don't tell me this is dead. That's so stupid. Yeah. So, okay, so, but yeah, they'll do all sorts of cool sounds and all that shit. But it's heavy grade aluminum. Like if you see guys that fuck around with this shit, dude, they'll beat the shit out of each other. Like these don't break. They're pretty damn cool. The sounds are all pretty movie realistic. So there's that one.
Let's see.
And I've got my super wicked awesome one. Wicked awesome.
It gets better than that?
I fucking it does. This shit. All right, so I think this is the Fury. But yeah, if you get the chance, go over to their Facebook page or website, Saber Forge. Make a lot of badass shit. You can get any of their sabers in the weathered, battle-worn. Fuck off. It's awesome. Look, so there's this one. So this is the more upgraded one where you've got a whole bunch of different sound files. This one you can actually change the color just by flipping it a different direction with the flick of the wrist. So I think it starts off with blue, and then I can get it to change colors there.
Oh, that's cool.
They make the clashing sound if you've got the actual insert in better, because it gives you the better impact. But yeah, these are all pretty damn cool.
Those are from Saber Forge?
Yeah.
Really? Ooh, that one's cool.
Yeah. So and then beyond that, we're gonna fucking get medieval again. So again, when I was in the SCA, the Medieval Society, you come across all sorts of people that make their living doing really not replica, but just authentic bladed weapons and all that. I came across a guy named Michael Pierce. He went under Tinker Blades, and I had, as you guys have kind of been able to tell, always had kind of a Viking interest and motif, but I had him make me a Type 10 Viking sword, and
very cool.
This thing, like, he can list all the specs, but it's differentially tempered. The actual blade is harder than the spine of it. When he was giving me a demo, he flat out bent one of them in half and let it go, and they just right back to where it should be. And they weigh, this is maybe 2 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Medieval swords were not heavy, and they were designed to be swung a hell of a lot, and you're not going to fuck yourself out doing it. But this thing is just an absolute work of art. I love it. And even his less expensive blades like this, I think were still 500-ish.
Wow.
But yeah, 32-inch blade. And yeah, this is one of my pride and joys that I've had forever. And always loved, and someday I'll figure out a way to mount it all pretty on the wall, like the fucking toys I've got here.
So you don't have any kids, right?
No, no. Oh my god, I have a cat. I'm that weird cat guy. So
Yeah, that's what you have when you have 3 kids. You don't get your own toys. You got to buy toys for all of them.
Yeah, but at
sell
least
them and get kids. Like
at
they're
least,
worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
we got boys, Andy. So we get to play with a lot of the toys at least. So we get.
Yeah, I do get to play with their toys.
Yeah.
Their toys, says
Yeah.
the guy with the crown.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Have you crashed that lately, by the way?
Yes. I have a pile of blades that I've collected.
All right. So that brings us to everybody's favorite segment. Let's hear it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
All day.
All right, Erica, tell us.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Okay, I'm going to apologize right now for this because this topic specifically gets me going. So what really grinds my gears, and this is kind of in lieu before I travel, I can't stand people that have a problem when parents take their kids on a plane. And what I'm specifically talking about is when you have a child and maybe they're crying or they're upset or they're whining, and this is literally what happens, okay? So you got some guy, he's sitting there, and maybe he's like sleeping off his hosed in Coke or something, in first class or whatever. And now, so there's a little baby crying or a kid that's whining, and this is what happens. First class chair, back, and he just turns and looks. What the fuck is that?
That's
Okay.
a Damon impression, because that's totally fucking me.
Okay, knock it off. Because do you think I want my kids to be fucking screaming? Oh, yes, please. You know what, kids? When we get on the plane, I just want you to go fucking batshit crazy. Okay? Don't sit in the seat. Take the chair in front of you.
Have you tried
Scream at your
strangling them?
lungs. Please,
Strangle the kids, don't
really
do it.
make it awful for everybody on the fucking plane, including your mother that's sitting there that has to deal with you, Damon, that's looking at me with my shaming eyes, okay? Because
You know what?
my
Don't be
kids-
mad at me. Be mad at
I'm
your
so
kids.
fucking mad at you, okay? That's bullshit. You
I
don't
didn't-
even fucking know what I've dealt
Did
with.
not make them do that. If I walked by and poked them with
No,
pins
but
and they were screaming.
you're the one you're the dick that turns around and looks at me. What the fuck is that gonna do? Your look is gonna stop. Oh, it's not my kids. Thank
This
you
is
so
what
much.
it's doing to
Stop
you.
it,
This is
kids.
exactly.
You stop
It had
my
that
kids.
effect.
No, you're just a dick sitting there looking at me like I want them to do this. I'm like, yeah, kids, get it. Oh, fucking scream. Yeah, you got
You
it.
know, it's funny.
Oh,
The last time I traveled, I was like, I heard some kids going nuts, and I'm like, I know that parent can't do anything about it, but goddamn, that's annoying.
I always recommend a very late term
that
abortion.
you're sitting next to him and you're looking at your freaking kid going, oh, you cocksucker, shut up. Because
You know
you
what?
just want to sleep on the plane, too.
Right? Yeah.
And
And
every other adult.
that's the funny thing is they don't realize that. Yeah, I would look over at my kid too and be like, shut up, go
Yeah.
to sleep.
So looking at me,
No, I'm not the dick that looks at you like that. I look at your kid like
All
you're
right.
the ass.
Well, that's okay then.
Yeah.
I usually find it funny. Like,
I feel bad for the parent. I honestly do, because most times the parent is a good parent. They've got snacks. They've got the iPad. They've got fucking shit ready to go. But that kid is just done. Okay?
I think most kids.
I'm usually just done by the time I get on the plane.
I feel like all those kids just have bad parents.
Yes. Most of the kids that are not behaving, I blame the stupid fucking parents.
Our kids are
I
actually pretty good.
question that parent that brings nothing to entertain their child.
Yeah, our kids are actually pretty good on the plane. I noticed they don't,
But take them on. How many layovers have people had, and they're literally bouncing off the walls. Our kids have a shit ton of energy. They're
Yeah.
boys.
They're nuts.
They don't sit there like little girls and play Barbies and braid their hair. Play a little nicey. No, they're literally like fucking Tasmanian devils. They don't fucking stop moving. They're just all over the goddamn place. Like this.
I feel like airlines don't make it easy on you either. Like, here's your teeny tiny seat to jam your 2.5 kids in. Hope you have a good flight.
The nice thing is that they tend to put you in the back of the plane, which is awesome because I'm like, oh, thank God. Stick me back there. I don't need to worry about shit. Most other people with kids are back there also, so then they all entertain themselves. So I don't have to deal with people like Damon turning around and looking at me with your judgy eyes.
You know what? I just feel
I
like
don't like your fucking judgy eyes.
if only having kids were a choice, then maybe.
Yes,
You-
you're
a lot of people would
absolutely
be in
right.
this
It is a
situation.
choice, and it's a choice that I made to take them on vacation, and I'm allowed to do that. So fuck you.
Hey, Mike, at this point, I'm just getting riled up on purpose. I know I'm not helping, so.
Freaking way too much. So, all right, let's move on to our YouTube channel. This will settle everybody
Erica,
down.
hang on. Erica, you look really pretty today.
Aww.
Ah.
Do you like my chest eyes?
It goes away.
Mike, I'm not allowed to answer that, honestly.
That's all good.
Ah.
They might as, well,
They're acceptable.
might as well get their money's worth. All right, check this out.
Right.
This is called This People of Color is Screwing a Penguin.
What?
Oh shit, it is.
Oh my God! I like that the birds are sitting there like,
And we thought that was just people from Alabama.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Huh.
He went Bill Cosby on the cuz. Look at him. You putting that pudding in that pudding, huh?
who is the narrator? Oh, okay.
Snoop.
Come back for me, cuz. He didn't went ham, cuz. Look.
When
It
did
doesn't even
Snoop
look
take
happy to
over-
be doing it. It looks like it's a chore.
When did Snoop take over like Web Soup?
It's like Ice Cube suddenly doing family movies.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Actually,
What do you think?
didn't Ice Cube just come out with a movie? Or is coming out with a movie? I thought it's Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, because they did that promo with
Rookie 2.
yeah, what? No,
Yeah, Rookie. Isn't it?
it's about them in like, I don't know.
The rookie Mike.
I really don't know.
Apparently Ice Cube was upset that he was not nominated for an Oscar.
Let the rookie win.
Or Straight Outta Compton wasn't nominated for an Oscar, not him specifically.
Oh, that yeah,
Right along.
Ride Along 2.
Ride Along one.
Ride Along scene.
I wasn't aware there was a rival Ride Along one.
It was
Right.
kind of funny.
There was not a Ride Along one.
Yeah, it was called Ride Along. He was like
There's two.
Call of Duty. He played Call of Duty and he wanted to like be a cop, so he was like going with his wife's, going with his brother-in-law. Ice.
It only got 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it was at least 16.
Well, no, Ride Along 2 got 15%. It came out, comes out tomorrow.
13. Gotta go see 13.
Apparently Conan O'Brien's also in it.
No, he's just in the video.
He was in that funny video. Oh, okay. Ride Along 1 was Ice Cube and Kevin Hart also.
Yeah.
From 2014.
Missed
Is this
that
free
one.
to Netflix?
It was good. No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to check it out. You know what was good? Get Hard. That was a good movie.
Oh,
Get Hard?
Mr. Anti-Gun himself.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
That's
He's
disappointing.
anti-gun.
Yeah, big ol' anti-gun.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wonder what Ice Cube and Kevin Hart think of guns.
I can imagine what Ice Cube thinks
Oh,
about that.
hey, there's my cat too.
Hi, Damon!
Crazy cat lady, Damon.
I know. Oh yeah, I'm the fag at work because I don't have a dog or a truck. I have a cat.
That's funny. All right, so it's 11 o'clock, so let's wrap this baby up. So upcoming events, not a whole lot going on.
This
this
trigger,
week.
Mike.
What?
How are we gonna give away this trigger?
Figure it out, stupid. I'm leaving.
Let's pick somebody next week on the live show. So you
Yeah.
guys, well, Andy will think of something for you to do between now and the live show next week.
I'd like to give it at SHOT Show if that's possible.
We can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go down with a bunch of them.
Okay.
I was considering doing some
Hit me up and I'll-
random weird in-person giveaways, like if you see me and yell X embarrassing phrase,
Don't
then
fucker.
something like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. I'm sure we'll cross paths
So,
before the
yeah.
live show, anyways.
Don't look at me with your judgy eyes.
It doesn't seem to work. I only have those eyes.
That's true. Yeah, so not much going on. Erica and I fly out Sunday morning. We'll be out in Vegas like 11 o'clock Sunday morning. So if you guys are out there, anybody's out there early, hit us up. Let me know. We can meet up. Everybody else, Andy, you're going out Monday?
Yeah, Monday morning, Elliot, or Monday afternoon.
Morning. And Glenn, you guys are out Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, so we'll be out there Tuesday night.
Cool.
For all shenanigans.
Sounds good. So yeah, there's not, like I said, not a whole lot going on other than going to SHOT Show this weekend. Glenn and I are taking our ham radio test, and I'm actually going to be on the local radio, 93.3, on New York State of Mind, talking about gun control and fun stuff like that. So I will post a link for you guys to check out as well. Thank you again to our awesome sponsors, Cut Custom Leather, SSVI, aka Damon, and Cantu Bruner Designs. Next week's show, we have our live show from SHOT Show. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have We Like Shooting with us, all kinds of guests. Hopefully, Mike from Below Deadline, maybe Damon will show up. Maybe I know Dave Moore, IV Dave Moore from Instagram is going to be there hanging out, and it's going to be a good show. Be a good show for sure. So we will hopefully catch all you guys on the social media. Remember to follow our page on Gun Channels. Follow us on Instagram. Check out Damon's stuff at SSVI _US. Is that what it is? What's your Instagram?
_LLC.
_LLC. So check Damon's social
Or if you
media.
just search SSVI, you'll find everything.
Oh, yeah, or just search SSVI. Make sure you guys follow us. We don't have a show Instagram, so I'm at Mike Santola on Instagram and Twitter, at Andy Dickinson, Instagram and Twitter, at Erica and Ari Santola. Split them up somehow. But she doesn't use Twitter, so just follow her Instagram, at Erica Santola, right?
Yes.
Leah and Glenn are at Leah Naprap and at the Hipster Gunsmith. So we will follow us, find us on social media if you got any questions or you want to meet up with us at SHOT Show. Hit us up. We've got tons and tons of stuff to give away. We shipped it out today. We'll have tons of crash and burn stuff, all-star tactical stuff, inked up gunfighter patches, everything. So find us, find some cool shit, and we'll catch you guys all next week. And have a good night. We'll have a good weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Thanks,
Good, you guys.
everybody.
Night.
Thanks for listening.
Just doing my job.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That was a good ending. Yeah.